So the Republican Party is doing something that I think is pretty scummy, all in all. They're trying to fundraise off Ruth Bader Ginsburg's former nickname by associating it with Amy Coney Barrett, who the person that Donald Trump has officially nominated to be Ruth Bader Ginsburg's replacement on the Supreme Court. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg was often known as the Notorious RBG. It's sort of a play on the Notorious BIG, the rapper. And she was known for that because she was, a badass, and because she was, involved with a high-level personal trainer. And it was kind of obviously a bit tongue-in-cheek because you have this very prim and proper old white woman being juxtaposed to a nickname of a rapper from, the 80s and 90s. And it was comical, but it was also meant to represent that this woman was like hard as steel. And you could think this is serious or not, but it was something that a lot of people bought into. And of course, she passed away about a week ago. She's barely been gone, and Trump obviously is moving fast to replace her with a ton of hypocrisy, with a ton of rashness, quicker than is reasonably possible to do a fair, thorough nomination, because we're getting close to the election. And on top of all of that, as we've discussed on the channel, Trump will call it fake news, but it's real. Her passing wish, her final wish, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, was to not be replaced until the election, until after the next president had been elected, so that they could make a decision backed by the people without the hypocrisy of the Merrick Garland move in 2016, and so that they could take the time to get it right, so they wouldn't have to rush it with less than 40 days until the election. And Trump and the Republicans, Mitch McConnell and all the rest, they spat on that dying wish. They fundamentally disrespected the final wish of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Now, of course, they don't have to respect her wish. We all know the Republicans are hypocritical. We all know they have no decency. We all know they have no honor. And in the Constitution, to be fair to them, there's no clause that says, a Supreme Court justice that passes away or retires or resigns or whatever has input on how they get replaced, when they get replaced, and who replaces them. That's not their choice. The choice does lie with the president. But it's very telling that they're trying to basically totally, stamp on her legacy and try to fundraise off of it and try to build, energy off of it, because I think it's rather disrespectful. Again, you can agree or disagree with Amy Coney Barrett being the next Supreme Court justice. A lot of conservatives like her because she's seen as somebody that's got consistent values. A lot of progressives and I think a lot of moderates are not going to like her because although she does belong to the Catholic faith, and there's nothing wrong with that, she's associated with a very conservative strand of it that fundamentally prioritizes the inferiority of women to men. That's something that's incredibly damaging, to have a Supreme Court justice whose fundamental beliefs are of gender inequality. And she will legislate on that. And she's noted this before, that the rule of law is important, but more important is building the kingdom of God. People are going to have questions about this woman, and there's not enough time to have those questions asked and answered. So there's a lot going on here. And this t-shirt game obviously isn't the biggest deal. But the Republicans can't have it both ways. They can't on the one hand say, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's legacy is glorious and we respect her. We're going to miss her so dearly. She was an unbelievable contribution to, women's rights and to the history of the Supreme Court. And then on the other hand, ignore her passing wish. Many of them skipped out on her lying in state at the Senate. And then also try to basically mock her or steal her thunder by associating her nickname with the woman that's replacing her and that has diametrically. I think that's pretty disgusting, frankly.